This video is going to be about how you solve questions with indices when the power here is a fraction. So first of all, just a reminder, if you see the power half, that means square root. So 9 to the power half is the same as asking you what's the square root of 9. The answer to that, of course, is 3. If you see 8 to the power a third, that's the same as asking you what is the cube root of 8. Now the cube root of 8 is like saying what number times by itself 3 times gives you 8. And the answer to that is 2, because 2 times 2 is 4, times another 2 is 8. So what happens when you get a question like, for example, 27 to the power 2/3? Because the 2 looks like I should be squaring something, and then I've got this third part underneath which makes it look like I should be doing the cube root. So I'm going to rely on one of the rules that we've learned, and I'm going to separate this out. So that's 27 to the power a third all squared, because if you remember one of the rules we learned earlier, it was that when you have a power inside a bracket and another outside the bracket, we multiply those two together. So 2 times a third is 2/3. So remember that 27 to the power a third is like saying, what is the cube root of 27? So what number times by itself 3 times gives me an answer of 27? The answer to that is 3. And then I just remember the squared on the outside. And we know the answer to 3 squared, that's 3 times 3, so that's 9. So the answer to 27 to the power 2/3 is 9. Equally, I could ask you similar questions, and don't worry if the number on the top here is bigger. So for example, I could say, what is 9 to the power 5/2? So that would be, separate that out again, so I've got 9 to the power a half, all to the power 5. 9 to the power a half means what is the square root of 9? So that's the answer of 3, and it's 3 to the power 5. So 3 to the power 5 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, times that by 3 I get 27, times that by 3 I get 81, and times that by 3 I get 243. Some questions for you to do. First of all, I'd like you to do 8 to the power 4/3, and then I'd like you to do 81 to the power 3/4. And an extension question is, can you find 27 to the power minus 2/3? And think very carefully about what we talked about last lesson. What does the minus represent in here?